Playable Wario. Wario is always kind of an anomaly because it seems that he sneakily always wants to be playable in video games, as in people always want him in even if they don't fully realize it, or at least be different. This applies to main series Mario or Smash Brothers, and having him with a more Wario Land moveset, especially in Smash mods. And I purposely left the game title ambiguous. This may relate to Super Mario 64 the most, as while not as big as Alice Rio 2401, people definitely want Wario in the game, which some would lead to believe actually led to the creation of the Wario apparition underground. And this stuff would eventually lead him to not only be playable in the DS version, but Render 96 as well. And then there's probably also people who want him in Smash 64, which may have also led to the inclusion of him in Smash Remix, where he was the most breakout newcomer and when the mod really started to get its grip. Drip Drip Cave. One of the more curious and ambiguous secret levels in Super Mario 64, Drip Drip Cave is believed to be a part of Dire Dire Docks, and would serve as a more dark and cavern moist-like area. Dire Dire Docks to me always kind of felt like an incomplete level, so it makes sense that there was meant to be more in this, and it's believed that this was cut late in development. However, with personalization and such, many believe that this was in their game as a kid, and I believe it's very fitting to be finding an area like this with its more dark yet comforting, easy, cool atmosphere to it. Aria. I must admit, when I first heard of the Aria apparition in that one Ocarina of Time Iceberg, I was put really off and believed that it was stupid and not being original and just trying to be creepy like the Mario 64 Iceberg by mimicking the Wario apparition. However, this led me to look up more on Aria herself, and my curiosity rose. You see, Aria is what we've got left over the most, especially in terms of the final game, for assets of Ocarina of Time that still have Mario 64's engine and such left over the most in it. So Aria mostly uses Mario 64's assets. All of the games are connected, as we'll go over later. But yes, you can find Aria in the game through hacking and trying to restore her, which many try to make an effort to do much later on. However, it's believed that Aria can appear on her own, maybe after playing Mario 64 on your N64 and then running Ocarina of Time. Now, this all sounds unlikely, but I must admit, seeing her in the actual game completed does give me a really creepy and uneasy feeling in a way, as if she's some sort of lost soul still wandering around and just barely managed to manifest and appear in Lon Lon Ranch singing like Malin. It's all a curious fact, and I believe is what gives the apparition idea the most cool and creepy idea to it, and actually lets it stand out on its own. Now, you may have never saw her playing Ocarina of Time last time you had it on. However, maybe next time she'll appear before you. Wet Dry World Skybox level. Everybody knows about the Skybox in Wet Dry World. Heck, we even kind of talked about it at the start of the series. However, many claim there to be an actual level inside there which you can get into, and I was pretty allured to this too, even as a kid, and many want to break through into there. Now, aside from some many headcanons that the underground city is part of that town that you see on the distance, a lot believe that you can access this separately somehow to get a true level. It's not known exactly what would be in there. However, many believe that it would obviously be a town area, but much more complete than the one that you see in the mini version of Wet Dry World, and maybe it'll either be fine or it'll intense those negative emotional eras even more tenfold. This is probably what led it to appear in the Breaking the Boundary mod, and many like to think that there's some way to get in there in the final game still. Playable Star Wolf. Like Wario, Wolf has this strange anomaly to him where many people, without really consciously realizing it, seem to want him to appear in everything. They've been making an effort to make sure that he appears in every Star Fox related thing, and he usually ends up being the most hyped thing part of it. And he was even playable in Assault as a secret character. And then everybody wanted him in Smash 4, which to the surprise of many never happened. And then, to the grace of many, he appeared in Smash Ultimate, and then alongside with Wario, actually ended up kind of becoming the mascot of mods, as Wolf so far has been the first to appear in the Arcania build for Melee. and now he's in Smash Remix alongside Wario. It just felt right to have him in there. But moving on more to the Nintendo 64 games that you can play normally specifically, I had always believed that he was unlockable in Star Fox 64, or his whole team specifically. Him and Leon are really cool, but fuck the other two, they would be NPCs anyway. But yeah, I'm not sure how many more felt this way, but it just always felt right to be able to play a Star Wolf in that game. I mean, it seemed to have everything that you want in a Star Fox game with just how amazing 64 is. It seems to have everything else. So whereas being able to play as Wolf and have them fly around in the levels, it just felt right. For lore and conspiracies and whatnot is delicious cake. This is one of the most unknown secret levels. Believing that this leftover text is what this is alluding to things and give you a free star and let you know what's going on. Zelda and Smash. This is one that I heard personally as a kid, and I have no idea where my friend got his info from, but he got from somewhere. And the specific rumor unlock method that I heard actually started out pretty cool, which is that during the intro sequence when it shows Link playing on the ocarina, you play the notes for Zelda's Lullaby on your controller. However, then it went on to the unoriginal, stupid cliche stuff of then beat very hard with one life as Link and don't die at all. But yeah, this is always intriguing to me, and for myself, Zelda felt like the big, secret unlockable character who's somewhere in the game that you have to get. And it feels like that I'm maybe not alone, because whenever people have, fan rosters or, complete dream rosters for Smash 64, Smash Remix, Zelda always seems to appear in there, and like the other characters, she just feels right to have in there for everything to come full circle. Crystal Jiggy. Banjo-Kazooie is no mystery to having special versions of the items for you to get, so where's the versions of the Jiggy for this? Yes, there's that big one that appears in Tooie, but it really does not much, and this is the idea of that there's some actual crystal legendary Jiggy out there that's like the others, but it looks different and you can collect it as a special item. What this would unlock for you is not necessarily known, befitting with its other special items. I first heard this from that old 3E animation, but where did they hear that from? And I like to believe that others think that this is an anomaly as well, as some work on a mod that incorporates and centers around this. Cradel Golden Gun. Yet another one that I heard myself back in the day, and I have no idea where its origins arrest or if others heard it. Which is just simply put, you can get the Golden Gun in the cradle somehow. Where or how exactly, I don't know. But it just made sense to me because it's the final level. Of course you could find the ultimate weapon somewhere and really deal the final blow to Trevelyan appropriately. Maybe it is in that game somewhere, just waiting to be found still. And that does it for this shorter layer. The next layer is the final layer and also shorter. However, it contains the most strange, obscure, specific, yet very, very vague, and even creepy up to your own interpretation rumors of the Nintendo 64 I could find. Stay tuned.